Perfect. Right off the bat, we are live with the Season 2 premiere of RCW. Welcome here. I'm your host, BGX, and welcome to the Season 2 premiere of RCW. So, I got everything ready, and I spent almost 6 hours this morning actually getting this all through. So this is actually pretty awesome. And I got my trusty little paper here from the results of the pay-per-view so I can refresh my memory. But welcome to the Season 2 premiere of RCW. Now this is something that I've been waiting for a long time. I've been planning this for a while with the storylines and, you know, the tweets on Twitter and everything on Instagram and all that jazz. All that cool stuff. It's finally here now, and we can actually, like, do something real fun. So right now we have Paige here talking to the RCW universe. As you can see, we are supporting Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the month of October. So we have the ropes pink for the time being. I did some test footage this morning to make sure we're good on volume and, you know, and everything. And I've played this game for quite a while. We have some different things this year for Season 2, and I'm excited. So to refresh your memory for the pay-per-view, we had Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles in a Hell in a Cell match for the Carnage Championship, where AJ Styles ended up winning that match. Then we had Black Hole, the team of Finn Balor, the Demon version, and Aleister Black go up against the New Day in a Hell in a Cell Tornado Tag Team match where they won the RCW Tag Team titles. Then we had the Bella Twins. Obviously, we vacated the Tag Team titles for the women, so that match doesn't really matter too much. Then we have Sasha Banks versus Paige for the RCW Women's title in the TLC match, which then Paige became the first ever RCW Women's Champion. Then we had Stone Cold versus The Big Show in a last man standing match. So that's what we had for that. And then we have, with The Big Show coming out on top in that match, Samoa Joe versus Braun Strowman. So then we have Samoa Joe versus Braun Strowman in a RCW World Championship match, no disqualification, where Braun came out as the winner. Then we had Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar in a steel cage match. Undertaker had some redemption and was able to leave the steel cage the winner. So those are the results of the pay-per-view. But that's besides the point. I have other stuff on here. But obviously the rivalry between Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, that is still fresh. We have Brian Outlaw here making his debut tonight against Jeff Hardy. Matt Hardy attacked Brian Outlaw. As you can see, they had some exchanges on Twitter, Brian Outlaw saying, quote, if I can pull it up real quick. Let me just quickly pull it up here and using the thing here. Let me go to his profile here. Matt Hardy thought he could put me out of commission. If I attack you, it's going to be face-to-face, not behind your back like a guy too scared to fight. Do whatever it takes, but if you're going to be cheap, do it the right way. I'm coming for you, Matt Hardy, and I'm bringing backup. So, whatever that means is whatever that means. Matt Hardy has been temporarily suspended because of the injury to Brian Outlaw. However, he is still able to compete in this match against Jeff Hardy. So we'll see how this goes. I'm really excited. And we also bought the WWE 2K19 VC Accelerator, so we have that now. We have that now, and we are ready to go. I just want to make sure that we are live across both platforms. Okay, we're good. We are live across both platforms. That's great. I want to make sure that we're good. What's up, Jedi Knight? I appreciate the follow, man. Appreciate the follow. Welcome to the show. RCW Season 2 premiere. This is awesome. So let's get underway. I'm done talking. Let's get underway here. So I was very excited for this game. Absolutely very excited for this game to come out and finally, release. And I spent about 5.5 hours to 6 hours this morning getting stuff ready to go for this. Being able to get stuff ready to go and everything. So, oh geez. Okay. Let me adjust a few things here. Okay. So the loading times are definitely a lot better this year. That's one thing I can say. I was very impressed by the amount of 2K19 that I got to play. I was very impressed with the new things. And I'm hoping this year and this season will be 10 times better than the last. I actually, with 5.5 hours spent, I went from midnight to 5:30 in the morning this morning. I'm not tired at all because I got a decent amount of sleep enough, and I had my coffee, so I'm set and I'm ready to go, and I'm really excited to see what you guys think of this season this year. And we have the new arena, obviously. Brian Outlaw has got something to show you guys. He's got a brand new entrance. And he's got Paige coming out with him. So these two have had quite the exchange on Twitter. Definitely. The Paige offered to come to Brian Outlaw's side. Brian Outlaw wrestled in Manhattan Wrestling Entertainment in Manhattan, New York City. And apparently Paige showed up to one of his matches. Unexpectedly just showed up, and somehow they sort of performed or did an alliance. So she wanted to, quote, break some rules with Brian Outlaw, and that's pretty much what they plan to do. Brian Outlaw, very egotistical. He calls himself the most handsome man in wrestling. And, he's got some new gear with the logo right there. You see that logo right on his pants? That's a logo that I designed myself. I designed that logo. Pretty much everything here in RCW is custom designed except for a lot of the wrestlers. Like the RCW chairs you see there. And you can see a little pad that's on that his shoulder there, injured shoulder from the attack from Matt Hardy at his Manhattan Wrestling Entertainment show. So temporarily Matt Hardy will be suspended, so it looks like Jeff Hardy does not have any backup at the moment. Brian Outlaw promised to showcase his patented jailbreak DDT, which is an absolute brutal finisher if you ask me. I wouldn't not want to be on the receiving end of that. Brian Outlaw looking to get in the ring here. Backbreaker. Hopefully you guys like this new look for Brian Outlaw. I actually took some time and actually made the apparel a lot better instead of just looking like it just like got tossed together. I actually took some time. As he does a backward zigzag here, dragging Matt Hardy to the middle of the ring here. Going on the second rope. It's a diving shooting star there. Now the moveset that Brian Outlaw has, I edited it. I took some time and I actually, you know, I had quite the moveset in 2K18, but I wanted to take more time and really get Brian some really cool moves, and I hope you guys like it as a result. As Matt Hardy goes, or Jeff Hardy, excuse me. Ooh. Now, Jeff Hardy is quite the veteran. This is Brian Outlaw's debut match. He's never wrestled in an RCW ring before, but he has tons of wrestling experience under his belt. He used to, Seth Rollins actually trained him. When he was offered a contract to RCW, he grew up a Seth Rollins fan, watched Seth Rollins throughout his career with the Shield and independently, and Seth Rollins really took a liking in Brian and really wanted to welcome him to RCW. He's seen the work that he did here last season on RCW, and he wanted to join and help him out, you know, because, you know, we do things a little bit differently here in RCW. It's not like WWE. So, you know, obviously some tutorials are going to pop up, and I apologize for that. You know, some of the tutorials might pop up. And Brian just can't... Somehow, he just can't get out of the way here as Jeff wrenches on the leg of Brian Outlaw. You have to wonder how that shoulder is going to factor, but it looks like it's not really affecting him that much. Uh-oh, what's he going for here? Looks... The correction. He used this move multiple times in MWE, and it's an absolute brutal move. Just tossing Jeff Hardy outside of the ring here. Oh, a reversal by Jeff Hardy, and his face lands on the outside. See, the outside is even worse. You know, you don't want to be on the receiving end of something on the outside. What's up, Ice Strike? I appreciate you coming in, stopping in, buddy. Welcome. I know I've told you about this before. I don't know why I'll have to figure out why the Twitch alerts aren't working. It's a big boot from Brian Outlaw here. Page just sort of looking on. What's he going for here? Little roll up. Let's see if he can get him. Jeff Hardy able to kick out a 2. Now, Jeff Hardy, you know, he has been wrestling for a very long time. I watched him a lot. He was one of my favorites. In RCW, though, he hasn't done much. You know, last season, you know, we've probably seen him like once or twice, maybe a couple times, but he never really did much outside of that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. As Jeff Hardy, the blood you can see on the forehead of Jeff Hardy. Now, as far as to how long his brother Matt Hardy will be suspended, now that's to be determined. You know, I still have to talk to some officials still. Even as commissioner and GM of this show, you know, I still have to talk to some of my colleagues You know, the assistant GM, Jacob, I'd like to talk with him, see where his head's at, and possibly we'll figure out when it is appropriate for the Woken One to return. Twist of Fate to Brian Outlaw. Or I believe that's a Twist of Fate. Working on some reviews, man, so I'm lurking. That's okay, man. That's okay. You are here, and that's the important thing. I think he was going for the Swanton Bomb, possibly. Brian Outlaw able to get out of it, though. Uh-oh. Brian going to the top here. Looking for the jailbreak DDT. This has put away a lot of his opponents. Right down in the middle of the ring. No more perfect place than right down in the middle of the canvas there. Beautiful DDT. Look at this replay here. Goes for the pin. Referee. And Brian Outlaw wins his debut match against Jeff Hardy. Surprisingly, Paige did not get involved there. After all the words that she said to the RCW universe, we're seeing this sort of maybe different side of Paige, and possibly a different side of Brian Outlaw. I mean, you know, he thinks he's the most handsome dude in wrestling, so he might have a soft spot for the ladies, but I mean, you know, who knows? As Paige is really, really happy. Uh-oh. But Brian's not done yet. He is not done. The Outlaw is not done. He's looking to possibly send a message to Matt Hardy saying, you mess with me, I'll mess with your brother, Jeff. Oh, and he misses his finisher. Completely miscalculates. Maybe that's a rookie mistake there. Kick to the back of the head. Oh no, don't do this, Brian. Correction on the outside. This is getting really bad here. DDT! This is really bad. You know, you have to wonder what kind of condition Jeff is in now after that attack. Seems like the shoulder didn't really have any issues, if you ask me. As we move on to our next match here. Now, as far as my career goes, I plan to start that soon, hopefully. So we have Mr. Seth Rollins here. As I quickly plug in my laptop. Sorry about that. I had to plug in the laptop here. Seth Rollins. Now, this is Brian Outlaw's training partner. As I will install that later. I don't feel like doing it now. Apple, I'm sorry. So Seth Rollins, he lost the Carnage Championship at the Barrage pay-per-view. And, you know, it's really difficult for him. You know, to say the least. Let's see what he says here. Talking about getting his blood boils. I love his outfit, by the way. He is, also, we signed Mustafa Ali to a contract. He will be making his debut soon. That's definitely right. Blood, sweat, and tears, and years of my life to this business. I don't know about years. We haven't even reached 1 year yet, Seth, but you definitely proved yourself. For sure. I was thinking maybe this week we do 2 episodes to celebrate the Season 2 premiere. I was thinking we do 2 episodes this week, and then we'll just go back to 1 episode a week. Because I don't want to finish seasons too quickly. So in case you don't already know, there will be 20 episode seasons, with every 10th episode being a pay-per-view. So those are 2 pay-per-views a season. I still have yet to create the arenas for those pay-per-views because it's not really on my mind right now. I'll probably do that this weekend when I have some spare time. Everyone around here knows I deserve a match at the pay-per-view event. You can ignore me all you want, but I'm not going anywhere until I get what I want. Alright. You have to wonder, though, with what Brian Outlaw has to think about this, because this temporarily alliance, if you will, between Seth Rollins and him as well as Paige, you know, you have to wonder what's going through the mind of Brian Outlaw. Like, what if it comes down to Seth Rollins and Brian fighting for the same prize, which is the Carnage Championship? What if it becomes a triple threat? A fatal 4-way? Or possibly they face one-on-one in the future. You know, you have to wonder how that's going to impact the friendship, this new friendship between Seth Rollins and Brian Outlaw. I mean, I'm just as curious as you are. I will definitely have to talk to Seth Rollins and see where his head's at, possibly, as Rey Mysterio makes his real-life debut. Here, Mata 619, the tag team with Grand Metalik and Rey Mysterio and Black Hole, the tag team champions. Did I set them to be tag team champions? Hang on. I need to see if I set them to be tag team champions. I want to make sure that I did that. Because it would be bad if I didn't. Whatever. If I didn't, it's an error on me. So, let's see what happens in this match here. As I'm going to take my hands off of the controller and just let the AI control this one, because reason being is I want to see an AI versus AI match in this year's game, because I've been told that the AI has added like all these new reversal animations, these kick animations. You won't see the same move being done over and 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 over again. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see what happens here. The same old entrance that they had back in 2K18 in Season 1. And they emerge. Now they won. Now Black Hole, they won the tag team titles at the Barrage pay-per-view to become the first ever tag team champions. And looks like right here they're not tag team champions. It doesn't show them as being tag team champions, so that is my error. I apologize. I will make sure that that is fixed by next episode. actually, maybe after this episode, I will actually have that fixed for you. And here he is, 619, master of the 619, master of Luchador Wrestling, Rey Mysterio. It's so nice to actually have the actual Rey Mysterio in the game instead of using a community-created Rey Mysterio. It's actually really nice to have. Now, if you're wondering where AJ Lee is, I have yet to download a community-created version of her because the ones that I looked at weren't really that nice. So I'm waiting for a better version. And there you go. How will these two fare? Aleister Black. Right out of the gate here. You have to wonder if size is really going to be a difference. And, you know, Rey Mysterio is very quick, very agile. So, you know, there might be a speed difference there, and speed might be the key to defeating the tag team champions. And this possibly could put them in the title picture. Rey Mysterio also talked about possibly being in the title picture for the World Championship. However, I told him, you know, focus on the task at hand. I know you want to be, you know, in the singular title picture, but, you know, Grand Metalik, you know, the chemistry between these two is just undeniable. It's absolutely insane to see them in the ring together. They came up short in their #1 contenders match. They came up short, and that really did hurt Rey and Grand Metalik. They really thought that they had him, but let's see how they go. Grand Metalik telling Aleister to get up back on his feet. What a move by Grand Metalik there. The chops across the chest by Grand Metalik. Irish whip. And a power bomb onto the outside of the ring. What a move from Grand Metalik here. You got a count of 2 here. 3. Got a count of 4 here. 5. Now these guys better get back in the ring here. 6. Hate to have this end in a count out. And Grand Metalik makes sure it does not end that way. Grand Metalik with the reversal. Aleister right on top of him, though. Aleister's been in this match for a while. I mean, Grand Metalik too. But, you know, Finn Balor has yet to be in this match. Dragging him over to the corner. Tagging Rey in. What a double team there by the 2 luchadors. See, now these two have very similar styles, being lucha libre. You know, that they both have Mexican heritage, so they both really understand the lucha wrestling style. So that's why, you know, Rey really wanted to be in partnered up with him. As Finn Balor finally gets into this match here. But he's met by Rey here. Tossed out of the ring. Reversal by Finn there. Ooh. That doesn't look good for Ray there. Reversal there by Ray. Reversal by Finn. Count of 5. Both men back in the ring finally. Oh no, looking for the 619. Finishing it up here with the frog splash. Let's see if he can get it. Beautiful. Not enough though. That move is really iconic. You ask anybody, they know that move. They know Rey Mysterio. They know how brutal the 619 is. Especially when you add the frog splash right onto it. What a combination there. Ooh, Finn Balor gets out of the way. Now tosses Ray into the corner. Oh no, looking for the drop kick here. Ooh, that's rough. Ray's got to make a tag. Finn Balor looking to finish it though with the coup de grace. Ray able to reverse out of the way. Awesome awareness by Rey Mysterio. Looking for the hot tag. Ray makes sure it doesn't happen. Another 619 possibly? Yes, another 619 that busts Finn Balor wide open. And another frog splash. I believe that's what it's called. And Alistair right there to break up the pin. However, Ray able to knock him down. Ooh, what a move there. Possibly to make a tag, it would probably be a good time to do so. Dragging Finn to the corner. And just as I say that, Grand Metalik gets back in this match here. Very nice tags from Grand Metalik and Rey Mysterio here. Ooh. I wouldn't gloat, Finn. I wouldn't gloat. Finn looking for the comeback and executes it. Okay, so Finn has taken, I believe it's 2 619s right now. 2 619s, has kicked out of them both times. You know, you have to wonder what's it going to take to bring one half of the tag team champions down. What a move! And Alistair does absolutely nothing. I thought he was possibly going to break up the pin there, but maybe he thought Finn got it. It looks like he was lucky enough. Comeback for Grand Metalik here. Beautiful. Sling blade by Grand Metalik. Ooh, a stomp on the arm. That's gotta hurt. Beautiful maneuver there. Reversal by Finn, reversal by Grand Metalik here on the outside. Ooh, and connected, but barely. He was lucky he even hit Finn at all. Ooh, reversal there. Reversal by Grand Metalik. And a drop kick. Trying to get the RCW universe pumped up here. Count of 5 here. 6. 7. Both men are in the ring. Now, this match is really hard to tell, but it looks like Rey Mysterio and Grand Metalik have really taken over this match. And another reversal of Finn's coup de grace here. Apparently, Finn cannot connect with that move as he finally tags Alistair back in here. And what a double team. Double shoulder tackle there. Alistair looks to sit for a minute. Ooh, a knee right to the back. Lifts him up. Reversal there by Grand Metalik. And another drop kick. He's been utilizing those pretty good. Stomp on the arm of Alistair. Ooh. Gotta remember to touch my controller every once in a while. I don't know what that was, but that looked like a miscalculation there. Grand does it again. I don't think he realizes that Alistair's definitely not over there. Does it a third time. I don't know what he is doing. And finally tags Rey in. That was a weird sequence there. I don't know what he was thinking. Got a weird glitch there. As Rey is back in this match here. Alistair able to reverse though. Rey reverses. Ooh, kick. Uh-oh. Could be a 619 to Alistair. And yeah, it is. It connects. Going for the final hurrah here. Beautiful. And I don't know why Finn didn't try to break up the pin there, but Rey Mysterio and Grand Metalik able to pick up the victory against the tag team champions. You have to wonder with this victory, how will that impact their running for the title? I say they deserve a title opportunity. It's not every day you pin the champions. So they might actually earn an opportunity there as they both shake hands and celebrate the victory here. Let's continue. So we have Priscilla Kelly, Hell's favorite harlot, versus the Aussie Toni Storm. It's Tony time. So I talked about these signings on my Instagram and talked about how important it was to get these lovely ladies of the Mae Young Classic signed. I love Toni Storm and Priscilla Kelly, both fantastic wrestlers. And, you know, for a newer generation of wrestlers, it's a great time to be alive as a wrestling fan. I really think that Priscilla Kelly and Toni Storm are both going to do well. Priscilla Kelly lost her match in the Mae Young Classic. However, I don't suspect that to be the end of her. Same with Toni Storm. She is still in the Mae Young Classic. She was in it last year as well. She was in it in the inaugural season as well. But I've seen Priscilla Kelly some of Priscilla Kelly's indie stuff, and you might say that she's very, very similar as to someone we know, Paige, the RCW Women's Champion. Not just in looks, but in wrestling style and gimmick. But but she wants to prove that she is her own person, and I think she can do that here as she gets Paige's entrance, which is kind of ironic. It's very ironic that she gets Paige's Titantron there. So then we have Toni Storm. I kind of want to see how she looks. Wow, somebody really created her really well in this game. Very well done by the person who created Toni there. Just look at that. That's amazing. Somebody made that. That wasn't a wrestler in the game. Somebody actually took the time to fully make this. It's amazing what you can find on the community creations. As those two ladies go at it here. We also have the debut of Chris Frost coming up, I believe, against Chris Jericho. Now, they've had their own Twitter battles as well, which we will get to that when we get to that. So, I just really want to watch this match between these two fantastic Mae Young Classic superstars here. As Priscilla gets a reversal there. Toni able to shove her right off. Gets a big boot there, the Aussie. Ooh, just pulls her down. I think that's a little too early. Only a 1 count there. And Toni goes for another pin cover. Priscilla able to get back in her game though. Just brutalizing Toni Storm by throwing her into that turnbuckle there. Toni able to reverse though. Priscilla able to get on top of it and a clothesline. Wow. Now, Priscilla is very brutal. You know, in the matches that I had seen with her in her indie stuff, she is just absolutely brutal. I'd like to wish her a congratulations on getting married. She will be getting married in, I think, 3 weeks. She said that on her Instagram. A wrestler that she met in her independent organization. They will end up tying the knot. So I am very happy for those two. Now Priscilla Kelly made it clear that she wants a women's title opportunity. She idolizes Paige. You know, she's told me coming to RCW was probably one of the best decisions she ever made. She was really used very well in her indies, but she felt like there could have been something more to her. She felt like she should have been used a lot more wisely than she was. And I promised her that we'd give equal opportunity to anyone. And if you prove yourself, you will get title opportunities. Also, this year, we are introducing the women's and men's lottery briefcases. Those lottery briefcases to those winners, they will grant a championship opportunity for whoever wins those cases. anytime, any place, anywhere. So, you know, so there's a lot at stake. We will have an episode dedicated, maybe 1 or 2 episodes dedicated to having qualifying matches for those matches at the pay-per-view. But that's a little bit down the road. As Priscilla goes for the cover here. Tony kicks out. Looked for the super kick there. Unable to connect. Ooh, backstabber by Tony there. Goes for the cover on Priscilla here. Priscilla able to kick out at 2. Going for the finisher here. She looks to end this. Ooh, that's absolutely brutal. And I don't know how Priscilla kicked out of that. But I guess that's just what happened. Beautiful comeback there by Tony. Ooh, beautiful bridge there. Priscilla kicks out again. These women are tough as nails. Which one of them will be down for the count? We just got to keep watching. Let me know if you own 2K19, whether it's for the PlayStation, Xbox One, or PC. Let me know your opinion on it. In my eyes, I definitely like it from a gameplay standpoint. It's a lot better. The animations are a lot less clunkier. It's a lot faster. You know, matches don't seem like a slugfest. They're actually entertaining to watch, especially the AI versus AI, as you're seeing here. This is probably the most entertaining I've seen the AI actually play. You know, they don't do the same move over and over and over. It's actually smart. There's new animations. There's just tons of stuff that makes... It's tons of small things. There's not many big changes, but in my eyes, the small things, who cares about the big changes? Who cares if there's nothing really huge? I mean, my career got a complete overhaul. That's one thing. But, you know, in terms of gameplay outside of that, there hasn't been much done to it. But the stuff that has been done, the small things that have been done, it's been pretty amazing. You know, it makes the game more entertaining. I guarantee it's making RCW more entertaining, and I guarantee we will love it. As Priscilla went for the cover there, but too close to the ropes there. You have to be mindful, you know, with rope break is active. So you have to be mindful where your opponent is. Be aware of it. Ooh. Just blows to the back of the head. Uh-oh, what's Priscilla going for here? Doesn't look good when somebody gets on the top rope. Ooh, an elbow drop there. She's dragging Toni Storm here. Using a dirty pin. Luckily, the ref was unable to see that. Had her feet on the ropes there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I am not sure. There's a reason why she's called Hell's favorite harlot, but... And Toni Storm able to pick up the victory here. Unexpectedly with the bridge cover. And Toni Storm gets the victory here in her debut. like I said, whoever did an absolute phenomenal job. So after Brian Outlaw's win, he'd like to speak to the RCW universe. It's his debut. He's very narcissistic. I know that. I know that for a fact. I mean, if you call yourself the most handsome dude in wrestling, it sort of is a dead giveaway. You know what I mean? It's sort of a dead giveaway that you're quite the narcissist. As I accidentally clicked something on my TV remote that I didn't mean to. Give me a minute. I accidentally pressed a button. Maybe it's a good idea if I set it right on my nightstand here. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to set it right on my nightstand here so I don't press anything. So we have Brian Outlaw here. He's like, I got a mic, you don't. I wonder what he's going to say. The seventh day we were meant to rest. Damn, you think someone that looks this good rests? I am a god. I choose what happens on the seventh day. I choose what happens every day because the entire week, the entire universe exists for me. So there's some of the arrogance coming out. I've been on this bridge many times, me across from someone else, someone who's good, maybe even great. But you know what happens? Every single time, he gets thrown off the bridge and I cross it. Interesting. Interesting, Brian. Very interesting. There isn't a shred of doubt I am the greatest thing to ever happen to this company, yet the people in charge see fit to hold me down and deny me the title shot that I so richly deserve. Brian, you just had your debut match, man. What the hell are you talking about with a title opportunity? Just because you win one match... Okay, so you want to be headlining every pay-per-view event, huh? You won one match, Brian. One! Only one! Only one match, man! One match! One! You've only won one match and you're already talking like this. Come on, dude. So this is going to end badly for anybody who stands in his way. You know, his catchphrase, he told me, is stealing hearts, breaking rules. Mic drop. Enough said, and he's going out. So, honestly, Brian, you've only had one match, homie. You've only had one match, man. Only one. You've only had one match up to this point. You've... Jesus. Man. So Chris Frost makes his debut against Chris Jericho. Now, these two have been going at it on Twitter, and I would like to read you guys some of the hilarious tweets that have been happening between these two guys. It is just insane what these guys are, you know, capable of, honestly. Honest to God. What... Give me a minute. Whoops. Give me a second while I pop it up here. It's just crazy. the the amount of just pure weirdness between these guys, it's insane. So Chris Jericho was a little mad that we did not include him on the Season 1 roster. He was a little salty, and so he took it out on us, and he goes, RCW, you know what happens when you overlook Y2J and not put him on your show? You know what happens? You just made the list. Oh, and Chris Frost, you stupid idiot, you haven't wrestled greatness, so let me show you what true greatness looks like. So we have some powerful words from Chris Jericho himself. And you know what? You know what Mr. Chris has to say about that? Or Mr. Chris Frost here has to say about that? He goes, well, at least I'm signed, old man. So as you can see, he is not technically signed to the roster yet. Chris Jericho is technically not signed to the roster. Just because he's in this match doesn't necessarily mean he is signed. Consider this a tryout match. I don't know why I'm cheering on with Chris Jericho. I don't know why I'm cheering on with Chris Jericho. Why is there another Chris Jericho? What? Wait a minute. What? What's going on? Why is Chris... Okay, this doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. This does not make any sense. You know what? This does not make any sense at all. I apologize. I don't know why, because it said Chris Frost. It said Chris Frost on the thing. It doesn't make any sense, dude. Why is... What? Why is Chris Jericho attacking Chris Jericho? It makes no sense, my dude. I don't know, let's try this again. This is so weird. It makes no sense. When I initially made this match, I made sure everything was alright. You know? I have no idea what's going on. I still don't know why. Why am I going out here with Chris Jericho? And there's another. See, I don't know what's going on. You know what? I'm gonna give you guys the match that you guys rightfully deserve right now. You know what? I'm just gonna simulate this match. Say Chris Frost won it. Okay? I'm just going to have that happen. Okay? We are going to do this. Okay? We are going to give you guys the match that you deserve, even though it's out of order. But I guess Priscilla Kelly has something to say. And I apologize for the mix-up. It's the game, honestly. I can promise you that. that I did not intend for this to happen. I did not mix it up in this way. I can promise you. But we will do the match. Whether it's a normal match or whatever, we will do a normal match in exhibition in the arena if that's what we have to do. Then we will do that. And Priscilla Kelly, she has something to say here. I apologize for the pause. I was seeing if I could skip the scene here, but I guess I can't. We will do we will do the main event. Don't worry about it. We will do it. It's just not going to be okay, what a crowd it is tonight. Woo, damn, I love the city. You've got the rock, you got the roll, and you've got the soul. Who's ready to party? Okay. Okay, apparently she loves the RCW crowd here. As an RCW superstar, I refuse to let that stand. All right, Priscilla, what do you got going? Get out here, Paige. Get out here right now so we can settle this. Ooh. Calling out the women's champion. Calling out the women's champion. Priscilla, not a good idea. Oh no. Paige is taking the bait. Paige has always been known to speak her mind. That's for sure. I'm surprised Brian Outlaw isn't out there with her, but it is what it is. Alright. She's grabbing a microphone. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh no. Somebody get security out here real quick, please. In front of the entire RCW universe. Okay, cool. I'm thinking you're crazy or stupid. If you're crazy, no problem. I can do crazy. But if you're stupid, you've got one chance to leave before this gets worse. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is not a good idea, Priscilla. I don't know about this. I've seen Paige. She can get very, very nasty. She's saying that she wears the title proudly, and I will have to agree with that. I mean, she defended it in a TLC match. Oh no. It says all Paige is doing is pissing her off. I wouldn't piss Paige off. You think you're hot stuff, but that's going to be your downfall. I'm tired of listening to you talk. This is RCW. We talk with action. We're in the middle of of a revolution that's about to change. It's my opportunity to prove everyone here I'm better than you. I want to take you out. Alright. Alright, Paige. Alright. Okay. Okay, Paige. Alright. Oh no! Priscilla calling out Paige's wrestling ability. Might I add, she's been wrestling since she was, I believe, 13 years old, so I'd be careful, Priscilla. I'd be really careful. I'm a queen, a goddess. My presence is already the highlight of these people's day. Any more would be too much for me. I agree that you are a queen, Paige. I will say that. As unprofessional as that may be, as the boss of RCW, I will say that. Priscilla having nothing of it. Uh-oh. Priscilla slapping Paige. Oh, that's not going to end well. That's really not going to end well. Paige able to reverse out of the way here. Ooh. Now, makes you wonder. I don't understand why, why that match between Chris Jericho and Chris Frost didn't go as planned. But I promise to you that we will have that match. So that match is coming up next. And I promise you this. For episode 2, I will make sure that everything's running properly. I will triple, quadruple check everything. And Paige just mangling Priscilla. See, this is what I told you, Priscilla. It's not a good idea to piss off Paige. It's a bad idea. We've seen her heel days in WWE. It's an absolute bad idea to piss off the anti-diva. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. Now I wonder how Brian Outlaw is going to react to this. I wonder how Brian Outlaw is going to react to this. Considering Paige and Brian have had quite the conversations on Twitter, if you ask me. I don't know. Maybe Paige has sort of a thing for Brian. I have no idea. It could be. I mean, can you blame her? He's the most handsome dude in wrestling. So, all right. We have reached at least the quote-unquote end of our show, but I promised you guys that I would fix that that matchup with Chris Frost and Chris Jericho. So let's see. We have Chris Frost and Chris Jericho. Okay. I want to make sure that you guys see this match. I want you guys to see this match. I sincerely do apologize at what happened. I didn't expect this to happen the way it did. We should be doing this match in the universe mode here, but we're not, simply because of the fact that the game decided to go all haywire. And it was the game, because honestly, honestly, it just makes me wonder about this game. Oop. Makes me wonder about this game, man. Oh, nope. We need to go to the RCW arena. Alright. So, here's your main event that was supposed to be in the universe mode, but wasn't. So, here we go. Here's the main event of RCW. Perfect way to end it off. like I said, I sincerely apologize that the show kind of went haywire like this. It shouldn't have done that. It should not have done that at all, but it did. And we're just going to have to deal with it accordingly. So, once again, I sincerely apologize. So this is the main event that was supposed to happen. As Brian Outlaw accompanies his buddy Chris Frost out to the ring. They were buds in MWE, Manhattan Wrestling Entertainment, wrestled together multiple times, and you know, Chris Frost was he was definitely way more than thrilled to come to RCW and join his buddy Brian Outlaw. But you have to wonder, you know, could bad intentions possibly be awry? And here is Chris Jericho. Obviously, you heard the tweet from those two. Basically saying that Chris made the list of Jericho. I honestly don't know what this is going to bring these two, because, you know, it's really hard to say. Moonsault there, springboard moonsault. What a beautiful maneuver there by the Frosty one. New nickname? No? Alright. Chris reverses though. What's Jericho going for here? Ooh. A suplex right off of the top rope. Both men are down. Chris Jericho gets up really quickly though. Going for the cover early. And says no. He wants to punish Chris Frost here. He wants to punish Chris. Chris v. Chris. Oh no. Another reversal by Chris Jericho. Ooh, perfect reversal by Chris Frost there. Brian's happy at what he sees. Snap suplex by Chris Frost there. Ooh, leg drop. Another one. Goes to the middle rope here. Shooting star by Chris Frost here. Now these two definitely trained together in MWE. They definitely have sort of quote unquote stole wrestling styles from each other. As Chris Frost goes for that again, going to the top rope this time. Pointing up to the RCW Universe. Chris Jericho getting up. Hurricane Rana there by Chris Frost. Ooh, clothesline. Looking for the icebreaker here. Icebreaker. Chris Jericho just slowly getting up. Not many people survive the icebreaker. So, you know, it was probably... Chris was probably lucky that nothing really happened out of that. Looking to drag Chris Jericho to the middle of the ring here. He's calling for it, the Avalanche. The Avalanche connects. Goes for the pin here. And pins Chris Jericho. So both Brian Outlaw and Chris Frost win their debut matches here in RCW. Beautiful match. Back and forth. Feel like the pain for Chris Jericho, maybe his ego got ahead of him. You know, despite the insult that Chris had mentioned about Chris Jericho being old. You know, it's difficult here as Brian pumps his fist in excitement for that man, his buddy, his wrestling partner, Chris Frost. So we get closer and closer here. And I'd like to thank you all for joining me on this inaugural episode of Season 2 premiere of RCW. More to come. Definitely more to come. Possibly, we can even do the episode tomorrow, depending on whether or not I have everything ready. I sincerely apologize that the Universe mode completely ruined the main event to a certain degree. I had things planned for that the game just didn't want to do. The game was like, screw you, I don't want to do that. I greatly apologize. That's sort of out of my control. Despite, you know, me making the matches, the game just sort of did whatever it felt like doing. So I appreciate all of you coming in and watching, and I appreciate the follows. I'll have to see whether or not the Twitch alerts are actually working the way they're supposed to. I don't think any Twitch alert popped up. I'll have to edit that for next stream and make sure it's all ready to go. But thank you guys for watching the premiere episode of Season 2 of RCW, and we'll see you next time, folks. Thanks again.